días nos encontramos con el doctor Jurgis Staniskis, quien vendrá de Lituania el próximo año a ser uno de los conferencistas del Seminario Eficiencia Energética y Producción más Limpia, organizado por Reportero Industrial. Good morning, Dr. Staniskis, and welcome to Colombia. I'd like to know what is cleaner production and why organizations should consider cleaner technologies.
Cleaner production has several benefits. First of all, economic, then environmental and social. So for companies, it's a very good solution if it is based on cleaner production approach, because at the same time you solve several goals and increase your competitiveness, decrease risks, minimize waste generation. So there are a lot of benefits, and cleaner production approach could be used easily for processes, products, and services as well.
Good. Please explain us how the manufacturing industry in Eastern Europe is facing cleaner production policies.
This approach to Eastern Europe came in 1992, and my institute, we were the pioneers, or those who started the implementation of cleaner production in Central and Eastern Europe, and mainly Lithuania. And this was very effective because at that time we had big companies. Nobody took care about environment. Industry was not very much efficient when it comes energy consumption, resource consumption, labor consumption. So from the very beginning, this was very effective method or approach, and we had very good savings. And especially in Lithuania, we managed to organize special credit line, soft credit line, in order to implement those preventive or cleaner production innovations. And Nordic Investment Bank in Finland, they opened a special credit line for soft credits, but only for cleaner production innovations. And in this case, we had a very good tool, just companies not to generate innovations, but to help them to implement. And that's why we've got maybe one of the best results in the region, because we managed not just to explain what does it mean, not just to help companies to introduce cleaner production into industry, but we managed to help them with financing and with implementation, real implementation.
Very good. What are the main tools for preventive innovation development?
Well, cleaner production is based on, the main tool is energy and material balance. So what we do, how we start? We start with a company constructing energy and material balance, and when you have this balance, then you see everything. Where are your losses? Where you are not inefficient? Where you generate waste? And then, looking at this balance and the scheme of the processes, you find those bottlenecks where you have to identify what you do, innovations, in order to eliminate those bottlenecks.
Excellent. What are the advantages to apply preventive innovation development and cleaner technologies in the industry?
What are the
advantages?
Advantages.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm already mentioned a little bit that the main advantage is that you, first of all, is economically viable innovations or solutions. This is the first one. Second, that together with economical benefit, you solve some environmental problems like generation of waste or comply with the legal requirements. And besides that, if you solve environmental problems, you solve automatically social problems, because the environment for workers is improving, and for outside company, this is again, it's a good you provide good impression for your neighbors, for customers, and for all your stakeholders who are in your supply and chain.
What are the main environmental development measures for the manufacturing industry, and why?
Well, I already mentioned that the main environmental measures are, first of all, is related to waste generation. Because waste, this is not just waste, it's unused resources, unused labor, unused equipment, unused process. So if you calculate all those losses through your process, all the processes, you see that you have big losses. And together with the Austrian scientists, we developed a new calculation method, which is called EMA, Environmental Management Accounting, where we can account all those losses through all the process. And in this case, environment gets totally different understanding, because as usual in company they understand environment like fees, like waste management, and that's it. But in fact, this is not the full cost. Full cost consists of, as I said, of losses in labor, losses in resources, losses in processes, in equipment, and so on. So in this sense, companies started to understand environment in much broader context. And this becoming much more important in the management of production process.
Finally, why do you consider important to come to Colombia for the energy efficiency and cleaner production seminar?
You know, when we managed to construct this generation financing and implementation of cleaner production structure, we've been involved for many years in many United Nations projects all over the world. In Africa, in Southeast Asia, even in Latin America, some countries like Peru, Chile, and for me it's very, very much interesting how those countries developing, and in some cases they are developing much faster, maybe more efficient than in Europe, or especially in Lithuania. So my interest is just to first of all, to look how in this country this is development of new products, of new processes. What are the key issues? Maybe later on we could collaborate in some areas. Maybe I could use this information for our industry to find partners or commercial issues. So I'm always interested in new countries in developing world, especially in Latin America, which is developing very fast. I think that the fastest region in the world, and always interesting to be in new country which you never visited before.
Thank you very much, Dr. Staniskis, and have a great time in Colombia.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you for inviting me.